changers. Ever wondered why some really talented people don't always end up very successful? It's pretty surprising, right? In many Western cultures, there's this idea that if you're good enough and work hard enough, you'll make it to the top. This idea is called meritocracy. It tells us that success comes from being smart, skilled, and putting in a lot of effort. It's a nice story that makes us think anyone can succeed with just the right amount of hard work and smarts. But it's not that simple. The truth is, while hard work and talent are important, there are a bunch of other things out of our control that can have a huge impact. For example, sometimes it's just plain luck, like being in the right place at the right time or meeting the right person. These random chances can really change someone's life path. Also, thinking that everyone's talents are spread out in a normal, average way doesn't match up with how success and wealth are actually spread out. Wealth tends to pile up with a few people, much more than what would be expected if everything were based purely on talent and hard work. So, while the idea of meritocracy is appealing, it's not the whole story. Random opportunities and luck play a big role, sometimes even bigger than talent or hard work. That makes the whole concept of achieving success a lot more complex than just being the best or working the hardest. In the realm of wealth, this distribution manifests in a way that might seem almost paradoxical. A small percentage of individuals possess a disproportionately large share of total wealth. This phenomenon is often captured by the Pareto principle, also known as the 80-20th rule. It suggests that roughly 20% of the population holds about 80% of the wealth. However, in many real-world scenarios, this disparity can be even more pronounced. This heavy skew in wealth distribution highlights a critical difference from what we observe in natural attributes like talent or intelligence, which follow a more predictable and equitable Gaussian curve. The power law indicates that wealth accumulates in a way that is far from evenly distributed, often independent of individual merit as traditionally defined. Consider this. In a society where talent and intelligence are normally distributed, one might expect a similar distribution in wealth and success. However, the reality is a wealth curve that is not only steep but also profoundly skewed. Most wealth is concentrated in the hands of a very few, leaving the vast majority with a relatively small share of the pie. This observation prompts us to question the mechanisms of wealth accumulation and distribution. It's clear that factors beyond mere talent and effort are at play, influencing who gets what and why. The power law of wealth does not operate on principles of fairness or equity. Instead, it follows its own set of rules, often indifferent to individual merit. This stark contrast between the distribution of talent and wealth raises a big question: what bridges the gap? Could randomness be the secret sauce sprinkled over the seemingly meritocratic salad? Let's delve into a fascinating study that utilizes a simple yet revealing agent-based model to explore the dynamics of success. This model simulates a variety of individuals, each with different levels of talent navigating through their careers. Interestingly, the results of these simulations consistently show that success doesn't always favor the most talented. Imagine a scenario where two individuals, one of exceptional talent and another of moderate abilities, are set on the same career path. According to the model, the less talented but luckier individual often outperforms the more talented one. This introduces a critical question. Is our perception of meritocracy, where we believe the best always rise to the top, truly reflective of reality? The agent-based model reveals that randomness, or being in the right place at the right time, plays a significant role in achieving success. It suggests that the random opportunities one encounters, like meeting the right mentor or being at the right company at the right time, can have a profound impact on one's career trajectory. This randomness is not merely incidental. In the simulations, individuals with an average level of talent but higher luck indices often reach levels of success that far exceed those of their more gifted peers. This counterintuitive result challenges the traditional meritocratic framework, which posits that effort and talent are the primary drivers of success. Moreover, the model highlights a critical aspect of success that is often overlooked: the role of external forces and chance encounters. It underscores the fact that success is not entirely within an individual's control, regardless of their talent or effort. In light of these insights, it becomes evident that our societal accolades and rewards might often be misallocated, celebrating fortunate circumstances as much as, or even more than, genuine merit. It appears that being at the right place at the right time might just outweigh being the best in your field. Understanding the role of randomness doesn't just redefine success, it can reshape societies. When we peel back the layers of our meritocratic beliefs, what emerges is a profound need for policy adjustments that recognize not only talent and effort, but also the serendipitous nature of success. In the realm of education, this understanding could significantly alter approaches to learning and achievement. Instead of purely rewarding the highest achievers, educational systems could focus on a more holistic development of all students, encouraging a variety of skills that cater to different talents and intelligences. This shift could democratize learning opportunities, reducing the pressure on students to conform to a narrow definition of success, and instead fostering an environment where multiple forms of intelligence and creativity are celebrated. Turning to the job market, the acknowledgement of randomness could inspire more inclusive hiring practices. Companies might adopt strategies that not only assess skill and experience but also give weight to the potential for growth and adaptability, recognizing that the path to personal and professional achievement is not always linear. This could lead to a more diverse workforce, where opportunities are not disproportionately reserved for those who have traditionally fit the success mold. Finally, in terms of resource allocation, particularly in public funding and research, embracing randomness could lead to more equitable distributions. Funding decisions could move away from predominantly supporting projects with the highest success metrics to a model that also values potential innovation and diversity in research topics and methodologies. Perhaps it's time for policies that acknowledge luck's role alongside merit. As we peel back the layers of meritocracy, what new truths can we uncover about success? Throughout our discussion, we've traversed the terrain from the bell curve of innate abilities to the steep climb of wealth distribution. Talent and intelligence, as it turns out, sprinkle themselves across society in a Gaussian distribution, most clustering around the average with fewer at the extremes. Contrast this with wealth, which follows a power law, concentrating vast resources in the hands of a few. But the plot thickens with the introduction of randomness. This hidden ingredient swirls unpredictably through lives, sometimes overshadowing even the brightest talents or the hardest efforts. It suggests that the path to success is less a straight sprint based purely on merit, and more a winding trail marked by chance encounters and fortunate timing. As we reconsider the scaffolding of success, it becomes apparent that our traditional metrics, talent, effort, intelligence, are not the sole architects of achievement. This understanding beckons a broader, more inclusive reevaluation of what it means to succeed. Success might not be just about being the best, but also about catching the right breaks. Maybe it's time to redefine what we mean by merit.